And now sports coverage you can count on with Way 31 sports anchor Max Cohan.
For the 87th time, the Tide and Tigers met in the game that divides the state of Alabama. This one went the way of the Tide, 49-27, clinching Alabama's 15th consecutive 10-win season. Cadillac Williams locked in pregame for his first Iron Bowl as head coach of the Tigers. Nick Saban, no stranger to the game that splits the state in half. Ashford and the Tigers struck first, a keeper around the right side, but Runnin' Robbie sees an opening and cuts it back, sprinting and diving as he gets the ball over the line for an Auburn touchdown, and he does not hide the emotion this time. But the Tide wouldn't be held scoreless for long. Seeing a keeper on one side, Bryce Young decides to take one to the house himself, rolling right when no one was open, and this game is tied. It wouldn't be long before they were in nearly the same exact spot. This time, Young slings it to Jace McClellan, and he turns on the Jets, making it a 14-7 affair. As Auburn looked to respond, a turnover put them in an even deeper hole. Jarquez Hunter can't hang on, and DJ Dale falls on it for Alabama. Now with the ball back, Bryce hands it off to Roydell Williams, and they turn the fumble recovery into points, make it 21 unanswered. That run would come to an end when Ashford throws an absolute dime to Javarius Johnson, and now it's a one-score game, at least until Bryce Young gets the chance to sling it again, throwing one high and deep. 3 defenders in the area, but Ja'Cory Brooks comes down with it as the Tide extend their lead. Auburn would be forced to punt on their next drive, and even though it looks like it just grazed a finger, the ball is up for grabs, and Florence's own Nealon Hibbett is the one to come down with it. Once again, that means Bryce Young has a chance to do some damage and doesn't waste it, hooking up with Trayshawn Holden for a 27-yard score, Young's 4th of the first half alone. Both teams would keep up the fight in the second half, but the only thing that really changed was the deficit. In the end, the Tide win their 3rd consecutive Iron Bowl, 49-27.
For our players, it's great that they won 10 games, but I think one of the things that I'm most proud of is the fact that when everybody thought they were out of it, and there was a lot of naysayers out there, that this team didn't give up on themselves, they didn't give up on each other. They kept fighting and won some tough games to finish the season. So I'm really proud of the fact that everybody hung in there, stayed together.
Yeah, it was huge. Again, this is something that meant a lot to us. This is Alabama versus Auburn. This is Iron Bowl. This means a lot to us. We take a lot of pride in it. So we knew it was going to take everything, and for us as a unit to step up like we did, as a whole team. For us to kind of put it together, have a really good game, start to finish. It's really great to kind of finish off here at Bryant-Denny like that, so it meant a lot.
Robbie Ashford completed 11 of his 23 passes for just 77 yards and a score, but had 121 and 2 touchdowns on the ground, becoming the first Tiger with multiple rushing scores in the Iron Bowl since Cadillac Williams did so in 2003. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough to get it done for Auburn tonight, but Ashford's already got his sights set on playing into December next year.
I'll tell anybody right now, our plan next year, it doesn't matter who our coach is or whatever, our plan next year is to come out and compete for SEC title and compete for a national championship. And we're going to do whatever it takes to do that.
And in what was likely his final outing as Auburn's top man, Cadillac Williams said he didn't do enough to get his guys ready, and as a result, they couldn't get it done. But looking ahead, he says the future is bright on the Plains.
Regardless of what go on, and that's all because of not me, honestly, because of these 24 seniors. Promise you, they have left Auburn better than they found it.
So what comes next for these teams? Well, Alabama will hope to find a way to get into the college football playoff. Ultimately, that decision completely rides on the committee. But for Auburn, they're searching for a new head coach. Now, many names have been linked to the job, but one that seems to be consistent is Hugh Freeze. Liberty's head coach did comment on the job today, saying he is interested in it, but has not been offered a contract at this point. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Max Cohan, Way 31 Sports.